I'm a bird, mother. I'm a bird.
VTubers leaked crash out is crazy. What are the Niji sisters up to now?
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So today we're going to be talking about the Niji Sanji Ian Liver Twisty Amano Zako, who's facing a lot of controversy right now thanks to
Wait, wasn't that the VTuber who was literally also like talking in like Twitch chat and yeah. No, I remember this. We talked about this one before. I didn't know it got worse.
a leaked call they had from about a year ago where they said some disparaging things about many different groups, including Indians, men, trans people, and even their own fans, and a lot of people.
I mean, the fans part I get. I'm joking. But dear God, like you would think people by this point will learn that you can shit talk, but like maybe do it in a controlled environment, because the second you become a content creator, you do become a public figure, which means people will see and try to have anything on you to use against you the second you are not usable to them. I know it's a pessimistic outlook, but that's the reality.
In the Niji Sanji fan base are very upset, and they are demanding that something be done to her. Now, her experience with Niji Sanji has been a pretty turbulent one. She's only been there for about a year, but a lot has happened in the beginning where there's some controversies with several things she said, but recently it's been a bit odd. She's only streamed once in the past 6 months, which is obviously not a good sign for an agency VTuber. And she...
Yeah, I mean, like, don't they have to stream like a specific amount per week and stuff like that? So I'm guessing they put her on hiatus, so she's planning to go back to her old persona. And that's my best guess.
Also recently streamed on her past life account, which for those who are not familiar with the terminology, past life just means your former account you used before you joined a VTuber agency. And I'll tell you this, 9 times out of 10 when someone streams on their past life account while they're still at a corporation, it's probably not going to end well.
Yep.
Typically that doesn't happen unless they're getting ready to leave. And the fact that she's only streamed once in the past 6 months or so at Niji Sanji, it's not really a great sign of how things are going. Now, what I'm referring to today, which is causing this controversy, is this upload of a leaked call she had. In blue is Twisty, by the way, and she's in a call with 2 other people. I believe at least one of them is a VTuber as well. And in this, she's going to say some controversial stuff that has the Niji Sanji fans really up at arms. And I will...
So the context there says, Twisty is talking to her friend about one of her fans named Epic, who is Indian. That is so gross. Wait, so like she's like pointing out like a specific viewer to... That is so weird.
I'll say this because it is now confirmed this is not a fake call. Twisty has come out and confirmed the authenticity of this call herself in an apology that we'll look at later in this video, an apology that is not going over very well with the Niji Sanji fan base. But anyways, let's jump right into the call.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Twitter's useless, but just to let
me talking to Epic for like an entire 2 hours. What's not that bad, I guess.
Well, talking to an Indian sounds pretty terrible.
Wait. Well, talking to an Indian sounds pretty terrible, so... Oh my god. Okay, that's... I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the fact that Pink typed ukulele and Autobot removed it and said it's gibberish.
Whoa,
Look at this, ukulele, gibberish. What?
He spelled it wrong.
Oh my god. Sorry, it was just so funny. As for people asking how it even got leaked, someone recorded their conversation while they were in voice chat.
We have a little turbulence at the start of this flight. So she's saying talking to an Indian sounds pretty terrible, referring to this fan who apparently is Indian. And, well, that seems to be a theme throughout this video. She doesn't seem...
That is so weird. Why would you say something like that? I don't understand it.
To have the best things to say about Indians, and if you're waking up today and you're an Indian Niji Sanji fan, you're probably having a tough day. Let's just be honest, but let's keep going with the clip. Also, sorry for the terrible audio in the background. Apparently,
yeah, like, is she like living inside of a fan? What is happening there?
Twisty is playing League, which probably explains a lot, right? Like, obviously, if you're playing League, you're having a tough time. You're probably...
Rev, I will actually fight you. I play League, and I'm... Never mind.
Going to be very toxic and angry, so, you know, just keep that in mind.
Don't be a red light, okay?
Well, I hate Epic and I hate his kind, so...
Ever
What?
since, I feel like, did you say something to him? Because he stopped sending me stuff.
Oh my god. So, wait. They're discussing how they hate his kind, and then, like, did you say something to him? He stopped sending me stuff. Oh my god. Wait, that is so gross. Reality is, there's a lot of content creators who do that.
I feel like everyone's going to gloss over that. So the person in blue is someone else on the call. Apparently it's a VTuber. And she says that her fans stopped interacting, and they're like, Twisty's like, what were you receiving? Like money? Or no, it was poontang. It's a little odd, right?
Wait, so you're like, you're shit-talking and then you're complaining that he stopped sending you the spicy visuals? What?
I don't think that's the healthiest relationship between a content creator and one of their fans, but to each their own, I guess. Just wanted to point that out quickly.
Bear or Epic? I don't remember saying anything to Epic, but I probably have called it. I've definitely called him a creep, but I don't know how recent.
Then he just stopped, and then...
Like, I definitely haven't spoken to him in months.
I think Epic is, like, attached to my She model.
I think so too.
Cause it was like...
awesome.
I think he's a pedophile and an Indian.
I cannot wait to meet him.
Oh my god. First of all, there's nothing wrong with liking your favorite VTuber's model. There's nothing wrong with that. But saying all this stuff...
Myra.
Oh my lord. She is brutal, man.
Should have like a little meet and greet.
He's really likes She.
Is Epic living?
Yeah, why?
I swear to God, if he shows up to my meet and greet, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm not even kidding.
Wait, why? Why?
Imagine being one of these, the fans that are...
I feel so bad for these people's fans. I genuinely cannot imagine being their viewer and finding out that this is how they're talking about me. Like, imagine supporting them and just being there, hyping them up, and then hearing a recording them badly talking about you, like, randomly on the internet, and that's the biggest VTuber drama happening right now.
Directly mentioned, like, this is how your Oshi, your favorite VTuber, is talking about you behind the scene. That's gotta be brutal.
Okay, I'm sure he's not gonna go, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know how far it is from him, but I feel like solely to piss me off, that is something he would do.
Like,
imagine when you're a content creator and your viewer is living rent-free in your head. I'm sorry, but like, because of people like this, like, VTubers cannot beat the allegations. I'm genuinely, I'm no longer surprised why people dog on VTubers, because this is what they see. I kind of get it now. Bro, hearing this right after we hyped up how great our community is awesome.
Then I can meet him there. It'll be perfect.
No. I suggest not meeting him. I don't know.
We can bond over our mutual obsession.
Oh my god.
You can tell who he is because the stench of brown will just be all over the place.
Holy hell.
It'll just smell like fucking curry and you'll know it's him.
What is with the casual extra strength racism?
Bro, what?
This is so gross.
Wait, I don't think he's.
Yeah, that doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. Now, like, I know on social media, if there's like a hierarchy of safe, edgy races to make fun of, it's like white people and then Indians, but I don't necessarily
And Asians.
Yeah.
think she's gonna have an easy time dealing with these statements that she made here. But it reminds me too of like Uki Violetta. For those who are not familiar with Niji Sanji, he's one of their livers who I believe there's like a 6-minute compilation of him just completely bastardizing white people.
Oh my god, I remember this. Our chat made us watch it on stream. I remember this.
And
I pushed
straight
it out of my mind. And you bring it up.
It's just as bad as those like two tubers who were dogging on this streamer from Scandinavia and saying that, oh, I only did that. I was only racist to him because white people give me PTSD. It's like that level.
people. And clearly, like, some set of white people out there, they broke his mind because he just hates white people. He's very open and honest about it. And the way Niji Sanji fans reacted to that was not surprising. I think they're a very woke fan base, a lot of virtue signaling, and they completely forgave him. Not even forgave him. They thought what he said was great. They were happy he said that. But now we're seeing Twisty saying stuff about Indians as well as trans people, as we'll see. And all of a sudden now they're starting to say, hey, wait a minute, that's not so nice. It's very funny to see how that plays out in their fan base.
It smells like curry, though.
Really?
Okay, Epic just messaged me.
People like Epic and Bear should honestly die.
You don't say that. Like, what? It's like two children talking. Like, by the way, I know they sound like children, but these are not children. These are adults.
Epic is literally just a fucking parasocial creep who's trying to flirt with VTubers because he cannot have sex IRL.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Stars never fall.
He's obsessed with streamers.
I don't know. I think he's just lonely, I guess.
So here's the thing I just want to point out. There's 3 people in the call, right? Obviously, Twisty didn't leak her own call, so it leaves the 2 other people in the call. And the guy in it seems pretty neutral about things. But the person in blue, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like they're posturing in a certain way that's trying to make themselves look like the good person, and they're trying to set up Twisty in many different ways. And I'm not saying anything that Twisty's saying is okay or great or anything like that. I just think that this was a very intentional move to try to get her to say bad stuff in a private call she didn't expect to be recorded. And she's kind of leaning into a lot of the stuff she's saying. And of course, like, if this is how she talks, like, clearly the person, or both the people in the call, they know this is the type of stuff she says. So it's just odd to see how much...
Heck, for all we know, it's both of them who decided to do that. I'm kind of glad for her own fans that they did leak it.
They're posturing this conversation. Just something to point out.
No, he's a fucking loser. He is a manipulative loser.
Wait, how is a viewer manipulating you? What? Am I missing something?
Just,
Who doesn't even send you money, so you should drop him.
Well, you heard it here, guys, first. If you don't give VTubers money, we all should drop you. No money, no VTuber entertainment.
Literal pay pigs.
Star's birth is his
he told me his brother died.
Who cares?
She is harsh, dude.
When is your meet and greet with?
This weekend, yeah.
You should get her free tickets as a birthday present.
I
don't even
can't.
Yes, this is horrible that this specific viewer has to go through this, but I do think it's for the best that the true colors are being shown. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who are genuinely tired. Content creators just being so two-faced.
I don't think it's
Why not?
because my company hates me.
So, obviously she's talking about Niji Sanji, and this call, as she confirms, was from within the last year. So, obviously very early on in her career with Niji Sanji. So it's pretty interesting to see that she already had this negative view of her company that early on. So clearly things have not been going great. And obviously looking at her recent streaming lineup with her official Niji Sanji account, things clearly aren't going that well if you're only streaming once in 6 months.
Not trying to make excuses for this disgusting person. Is there a possibility that this person is trying to drag other people down because of how miserable she feels? There is, like, psychologically speaking, there is such a thing as trying to make other people feel miserable or look miserable just because you're miserable. So the more miserable you are, the more you talk shit about other people. Maybe it has something to do with that.
Months, where basically that's their primary responsibility in the company is to live stream.
I feel like you overlook that factor a lot.
Oh my god.
Then the fan comes up, man. The
new
audience.
fucking Brave group wave is so
Brave
bad.
is another
I'm
VTuber
actually
agency,
like
by the way.
shocked. I don't know how the fuck they got in, because genuinely, it's like the worst I've ever seen.
Wait, does
Like the one girl,
Oh,
she
yeah.
literally, I need to send you her videos. I'm not even being mean, wife. Like, I'm genuinely like shocked and kind of pissed off. I don't even get a fucking call back, and this girl, who literally the worst I've ever seen. I'm not kidding. Like, it's bad.
Wait,
She
what
has
are you
like
talking about?
trans rights in her Twitter bio, which I feel like should be a red flag for any VTuber company if you're talking about that stuff publicly.
Pattern recognition would tell us there's some truth to that. I mean, a lot of the drama that is caused in the
I am not gonna make comments on that. All I'm gonna say is this is such a typical pattern amongst VTubers, talking badly about other companies or other VTubers in their content just to make themselves feel better. So my experience is the more they talk badly about someone else's content, especially in such a fashion, the more it has to do with the fact that they feel insecure about their own content. Because again, people who are happy with their stuff, they don't go out of their way to talk like this. She's just checking out the bad marks. Yeah, she's just trying to go for the high score. Sunk it.
The VTubing scene originates from people who like to virtue signal on Twitter. I don't think that's like the craziest thing I've ever heard. But understand, again, in the Niji Sanji fan base, saying anything like this is like, it's going to make them very mad, okay? And I think there's a lot of irony too. A lot of people in the Niji Sanji fan base, they're trying to defend all this stuff and twist it. And it's funny to see, like,
Wait, how do you defend this? I don't think you can. Anyone with an ounce of a brain will be like, hold up.
Dealt with the Niji Sanji fan base. They're very unhinged. They love to engage in life ruination, right? They see people like me make fun of someone's pronouns in their Twitter bio because they identify as an it's, right? And they want my sponsors pulled. They want me deplatformed. They want me, honestly, game-ended. And then Twisty says stuff like this, and they're like, hold on, wait a minute. What? There's more to this. There's got to be more context. Let her explain herself.
It's called copium. It's called being so far down and up Niji Sanji's ass that you can literally snort the copium out of their intestines.
It's just funny to see the difference of how they treat these things. And if anyone else they didn't like said stuff like this, they would want them ruined. But there's still a very large portion of their fan base that's like, let's not be quick to judgment on this one.
Wait,
And she doesn't really stream, but she uploaded some YouTube videos, and
Wait, are
there's
they, like-
really
are
terrible
they-
covers.
are they
I want to know
like,
who this girl is, by the way.
Like,
Who are they
Niji
talking
really?
about?
No, Brave Girl.
Oh. I don't
Like
know.
she's for the new wave that's gonna debut soon.
I don't know, maybe they saw something in them.
I don't know what the fuck they would see in her. Like they must be blind.
Well, I don't know, it's objective. Okay.
No.
I'm telling you, the posturing, man. Like, I'm not... Am I wrong about this?
Like objectively, it's really bad, wife. Like I will send you it and you'll understand. Like it is just very bad.
Okay, that's why it's because the company, like, they really want to make money, right? So they're looking for people that can do the lewd ASMR.
I don't even think this girl can do lewd ASMR. Or do you mean like the one you're talking about?
Oh, no, I'm just talking about the CEO person.
Oh yeah.
Lewd ASMR. How about she is, like, cute in her own way?
She's not cute in her own way, wife. I'm not kidding. Like I could not get through this. Like it's really bad. Like it's shocked. I cannot believe that she was hired. Like I'm not even like just being mean because
I've seen...
No, you are trying to be mean. What do you mean? What? Anyone who says not trying to be mean and then proceeds to say, oh, everything you're doing right now is trash? Come on.
seen this quote everywhere on social media.
I'm transphobic.
No,
like,
part of it's that.
No, it's not. You watched the video.
I know.
I can't. And I think it's cute. Well, your legs are really long, though.
They're so it doesn't make sense because the upper like half of my body is so compact, and then you just have the longest fucking legs on the planet. Like it just doesn't make any sense.
So for some context here, apparently she likes having loli VTuber models, and she's essentially saying that Niji Sanji would not allow her to have that model because, or that type of model, because it'll upset the fan base, which...
I just realized something. She wants a lolly aesthetic, but at the same time, if there's like true fans who are there to hype her up, throw stuff at her, she goes in PDF files. But at the same time, she wants that look.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense given how they behave.
He kind of look like me. Cause I have like the... Remember like the raccoon wanted me to have like...
Oh yeah, he wanted to have long, sexy legs.
Yeah, but I think I look cute.
It's literally only because their audience are all fucking Twitter trannies, and they don't want to piss them off, which is fucking weird because none of those people watch me anyways. So why should I care about like them being pissed off? Like it's so stupid.
Why should they care about you being pissed off?
Then why'd they hire me?
I said this when I talked about her with a different controversy she was involved with when she first started with Niji Sanji, and like given her past life and like her personality, she's very unhinged. I think it's pretty obvious here. I was just like,
yeah, I would have guessed that too.
Does a corporation feel like a good fit for someone like this? I am genuine.
No, I think if this person would have went indie and would have streamed on Kick, she would have grew really fast. Like my quite genuine opinion. There's a lot of unhinged VTubers who make it huge. But again, you're not gonna make it huge if you talk about your fans like she did.
She can't go that route and mean it and just say, "Oh, it's a humiliation kink."
Don't give
Or
them
something.
ideas.
No, I'm not giving them ideas, but there are people who are into that.
Okay.
Genuinely surprised that she was there in the first place. That's not like a critique of her content or her ability to entertain people. I'm just saying, like, people like this, especially if you're edgier, I don't know why you'd want to be in a corporation, especially Niji Sanji, whose fan base is extremely pro cancel culture, stuff like that.
For fun.
Like maybe they could have looked into the future and like realized that the girl who talked about wanting to be a lolly wanted to be a lolly. I don't know. And that just kind of seems weird to me.
I feel like it's pretty obvious that they knew that based on what they were talking to you about.
Okay, no, it's because they want to
just
hire you, right? But then they're like, okay,
They just
well,
fucking
we
lied to me
can't
pretty
do
much.
it.
They literally just lied to me.
No, it's because they wanted to hire you.
Yeah, so they lied.
Okay, well, It's fine. You can get a loli model next time.
They're never gonna give me a fucking loli model. Like, it makes me so mad.
Is it the hill you wanna die on, right? So let's put aside the whole Niji Sanji being a bad company. You get recruited and catapulted into high numbers just from this alone. Do you really wanna stand your ground on a hill of needing a loli model? Like, yes, I agree. There is some sort of like, you need to be comfortable with your model to actually feel like you're embodying this character slash model you're using. But at the same time, if she would have like not had all these crash outs, and after that, and just stuck it out, right? She would have not crashed out, stuck it out, then left Ninja Sanji, then got her goddamn loli model and did a whole video being like, this is all the bad things I had to go through in Niji Sanji, including all the shit that I couldn't even be myself and all the stuff I couldn't do the content I want. She would have been, not only she would have had a boost from leaving Niji Sanji, she would have a boost from being the quote-unquote Niji Sanji victim. Purely speaking off of like growth perspective, she would have been catapulted even higher. Some people, I swear, like they don't use a brain.
And everybody wonders why I don't want to stream. Like, my fans are fucking retarded.
Okay. And there we go. And this is why she's not gonna be big. Unless there's people who are actually into it. And there are people who are into it.
And they're upset that I spam collabs all day. Have you ever...
That's the part that is crazy, though. Like, if you're a fan of her, she just called you mentally challenged because you don't give her enough money. Like, I don't know. That wouldn't sit right with me personally, but I don't know. To each their own, I guess.
Ever considered it's because none of you, like, send me any money at all.
Oh my god. Hey guys, I'm not gonna stream because you don't send me money. Hey guys, you're not sending me money because I'm not streaming. And that's why I'm not streaming, because you're not sending me money. And you're not sending me money because I'm not streaming. And I'm not streaming because you see how it goes, right?
Like, it's just crazy to me that they don't understand.
Okay. Is that DSP with a voice changer? Yeah.
Like, the connection. And I mean, I can't blame them because they're all like underage kids and that's Niji Sanji's fan base. But why do you want to pander to those people? Give us ugly fucking models that they pay nothing for. Take all of our income.
True.
Like,
Weird.
I'm so sick of pronouns.
For those who don't know, by the way, Niji Sanji has kind of an infamous factoid about them that's been shared by former talents where apparently when it comes to merch, in most cases, the talents get 2% of the revenue. So let's say $100 of merch is sold, they get $2. That is Niji Sanji in a nutshell. But anyways.
Fucking lame. Why are all men just men lame?
I don't know.
Like, they're literally all the same. Bear has a fucking mental breakdown because he thinks that we're actually dating or something. And he messages me and spams me nonstop because he can't understand.
Okay, guys are just, I'm gonna pick.
Yeah, men are fucking mentally ill and I think they should all die, honestly.
And there we have, of course, the creme de la creme. Let's shit on men now.
How is she hitting every single one of the markers?
Hit every single controversial thing a VTuber said, any VTuber said in the last 1 year in one 7-minute video. Everything in one go. Every single drama we had in the VTuber community in the past year in 7 minutes.
Now you pissed me off. Okay, so that was the end of the clip where she says all men are mentally ill and should die. It's not great. Not the best quote ever, but the reactions to this leak are completely mixed. Some people are shocked and horrified and they never want to support her again, but then you see comments down here, everyone's saying she's based and all this stuff. saying how much. I mean, this is just like in a row, right?
Wait, yeah, there was a guy on the call. There was a guy in the call when they were saying this.
There was the dude in the call, bro. Like, how do you say those things?
Unless they use like the typical girl excuse. Oh, you're not a dude. You're my buddy.
The amount of people reacting like this, and people on Twitter have varying reactions. Like this person with 4,500 likes saying, transphobic but joins Niji Sanji, hates underage fans because they're Twitter T-words and don't send her money. Wants to be a loli but calls the target audience predators, racist towards her own fan, thinks all men should die, hates drama tuber audience. Who exactly is she trying to appeal to? And, well...
Okay, she hates drama tuber audience, guys. She hates all of you. Oh, wait, you guys are men. Never mind. Double jeopardy.
Well, eventually she would return to her past life account, the Delulu persona she has, and she has confirmed that this stuff was real. And that was kind of my my hesitation earlier today, thinking it could be possible that the leak was faked, that someone was impersonating her. Some people were even saying it was AI, which I never really thought, but a lot of people are trying to figure out ways that would basically call into question the authenticity of what's been leaked. But no, she came out here with a long apology, saying this was a recording of her from almost a year ago, and she wants to address it. She basically says, I'm going to make it very quick for you guys, she is someone who says she doesn't stand by this stuff. She was in a place of protectiveness and frustration over some things going on, and she said
that wasn't protect, that was attack.
things that she doesn't really believe, and she's someone who lives in America, and even in just 2025 alone, she's witnessed many injustices towards marginalized communities, things that I cannot unsee or ignore. Okay, Nelson Mandela. But she goes on to say she doesn't hate her fans and all this stuff. But here's the problem, as always. When you apologize to the type of people who are greatly offended by this, they're not going to accept it anyways. Bro took a whole ass year to own up. Wrap it up, guys. Hell no. I better not see anyone accepting this apology, not even a year ago. Recently, you don't just say stuff like that when you're upset. That's actually insane. Saying you've changed is just a straight up lie. You don't change from being a transphobic and racist, etc. that fast. You're only sorry because you got caught. If you had changed since a year ago, we all would have already seen the change. Alas, after wiping your account clean, which she did, it's very easy to then claim you have changed. Frankly speaking, I want you out of this community for good. If you are not any of the people affected by this, it is not your apology to accept, by the way. If you forgive her based on her words alone, kindly unfollow me. Poor choice of words, by the way, if you're not affected, because she said all men should die. So half the population just got the right to accept the apology or not. So I don't really know what this person's trying to do here, but you can see what's going on. The people who are upset about this, they're going to still be upset. They're not going to accept the apology. Also, I think in terms of where she's...
No, there's still going to be people accepting the apology. Let's not kid ourselves. She probably will have like at least a small cult following just based off of that because of how unhinged she is.
Doing this, the fact that she's apologizing on her past life account, I think, again, that's another confirmation. Things probably aren't going to go on much longer with Niji Sanji because, yeah, if you're this involved with your past life account and making apologies on there, that tells me you're probably preparing to move over there permanently. I don't think that's too surprising, but yeah, people are very polarized by this leak, and of course, you're free to think whatever you want about this leak and the reaction to it. Of course, feel free to share those thoughts in the comment section.
This is just a yikes. Like, I'm like partially like, why did I click on this at the same time? Like, oh my god. And yeah, this was like right after we're talking about how great our community is, and seeing this right after this.
Spread my wings high, reach the sky. Feathers in the wind, never asking why. I'm a bird, motherfucker, I'm a bird. Soaring high, yeah, that's the word. Flying free like you never heard. I'm a bird, motherfucker, I'm a bird. Clouds beneath my toes, wind blows where it goes.